There were a few driving forces for us. I lived at the other end of a short stretch of road. It's about 5 miles away from Cambridge, which has the reputation for being one of the worst commuting stretches of road in this whole country.
I commute from Quincy. Quincy's only 11 miles away, but it takes me 45 minutes on the train and over an hour in the car.
The second thing which really sort of pushed us over the edge, the Executive Education Office and a few other Sloan offices got moved nearly a mile away from the main building. It just seemed like we were de facto engaging in this kind of remote working.
And that led to a conversation about if we can lean into this, would it help us in terms of attracting talent, retaining talent, particularly in the context of having to compete with so many high-tech and biotech companies that were much more engaged in flexible work styles than MIT historically had been.
I think over the course of maybe 3 months, we went through a process of really engaging the whole team in a discussion about, what did we think flexible working actually could or should mean? Was that working from home or from some other convenient location? Or was it also about what time they were working, sort of non-traditional times, what technology we needed to make sure that we had, what policies we needed to have? We had to do some things quite deliberately to make sure that we're able to work well. We did pay a lot of attention to the question of how do we collaborate. We make it a policy that every meeting we assume that people will be participating remotely.
Every time there's a meeting, you have to have a video or audio connection. It allows us to communicate not only face-to-face, but gives us the opportunity to utilize technology.
That was how we ended up discovering technologies like telepresence robots as well. We use technologies like this to be able to go to meetings across campus. I'm there in person, and Paul is beaming in from thousands of miles away.
I think, Peter, I've been in the trunk of your car. Yeah, I've been picked up, which is it's a kind of curiously embarrassing kind of feeling.
My favorite is that Paul actually face-planted the robot in front of a lecture theater of about 300 people in it. And every single one of them gasped as if a real person had hit the ground.
I actually found myself kind of moving my head to the side so my nose didn't hit the ground first, metaphorically.
Hey, Natalie?
Very often, other technologies that we use for flexible working very much kind of require the remote user to be at a slight disadvantage. They can only really speak to the people who are in front of them around a table. But with this technology, I can go out and find the people that I want to speak to when I want to speak with them.
We also still recognize the importance of in-person. So we did say that let's pick a day, and we settled on Wednesday that is let's be in the office if we possibly can. Some of the team set up a book club that meets regularly. So a lot of those organic social interconnection things I think are happening a little more than they used to, when it was a chore to turn up to the office during the prescribed hours and everybody sort of left as quickly as they could at the end of it.
There's an assumption that some managers bring that if I can't see you, I can't trust that you're actually doing your work. If you're at home, you're not working. To make this shift in management, you've got to trust that work's getting done even if you can't see it on a day-to-day basis. And that means being focused on outcomes, not on somebody being in their cube or in their office on a daily basis.
We did some surveys to get a sense of what was working for people and how they felt about it. A couple of the questions that we asked in that survey were, should we continue? And the fact that people looked stunned at the thought that we might not continue was quite telling. I think the efficiency and productivity has gone up. One reason for that, I think, is that we've got back some of the commuting time and people share some of that with us and some of it with their family, but we still get that benefit. I think another one is that, it's just we have a lot of engagement.
People feel trusted. They feel like they have the work-life balance that everyone is always striving for and talking about.
We're not doing this because we think it's the right thing to do from a moral compass perspective. We're trying to get better outcomes. MIT and MIT Sloan's DNA is about innovation. It means we've got to be a place of innovation too. Really innovative companies don't do big innovations every 2 or 3 years. What they do is little things, but they do them all the time.